current chairman of Owan West local government area. They have their program running on Channels TV and think some other platforms. So they are going to be conferring a sports personality, a sports award, Excellence in Sports Award on some sports personalities, and one of them is the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu. He's going to be in Lagos on the 30th of January 2021, and the Chief Press Secretary to the Deputy Governor, Musa Agbomiana, said the award, which is coming from a very credible outfit like Sportsville, is one which the state's number 2 citizen cherishes, and he would personally, has promised that he will personally be in Lagos to receive this award. Quoting our friend Musa Agbomiana, my boss, Right Honorable Philip Shaibu, has accepted the Sportsville Award, and he would be in Lagos by the grace of God to personally receive it. This is an award he cherishes because it is coming from a very credible body. Sportsville is run by the best brains in the sports media industry. So that's what Musa Agbomiana said. So the Deputy Governor of Edo State is being honored for his immense contribution to sports development, not just in Edo State, but the country at large. The Deputy Governor, who is a consummate athlete himself, being a registered member of Bendel Insurance Football Club, and it makes him the first sitting governor deputy governor in Edo State to play in the Nigerian professional football league, and also, of course, in the NNL where they currently are. He has personally ensured, with the support of his boss, Governor Godwin Obaseki, that the revival of sports in Edo State takes place. So we know that Edo State is set to host the National Sports Festival. We've got a state-of-the-art stadium in the Samuel Ogumedia Stadium, and they've done so many great things. So there is a revolution of sports in Edo State. So other recipients of the awards will be the President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, the MBBF boss, Musa Kida, NOC President, Habu Gumel, NWFL Chairperson, Aisha Falode, AIMBA Chairman, Felix Ayasiago, and the CEO of Money Mitchell Group, ABA, veteran sports journalist / media entrepreneur, Dr. Larry Zamuje, the owner of Brilla FM, and Super Eagles #1 supporter, Dr. Rafiu Ladipo. So the Deputy Governor is going to be in esteemed company when they receive the Sportsville Award.
And from here, we say congratulations to the Deputy Governor and also to those who will be giving awards at the Sportsville Awards nights in Lagos. So I'll say congratulations to them. Okay, it's time for us to take our first break on the show this evening. Then after that, then we'll talk more about football. Then we'll let you know about Josh Foreman, somebody who was one of the leading lights, in terms of boxing during the times of Muhammad Ali as well, as he got vaccinated earlier today. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When you think durability and great value for your money, only one name comes to mind, and that is Jasogwe Auto Care, a subsidiary of Jasogwe Global Network, cars and heavy-duty vehicles. Solite battery made in Korea, Everstart battery made in Korea, and GS Yuasa battery made in Japan, and other batteries. At Jasogwe Auto Care, we are committed to making our customers happy with our affordable batteries, which are direct from the manufacturers. Jasogwe Global Network is a very reliable name in the sale and installation of CCTV cameras for your homes and offices, power backup solutions and components consisting of solar PV module, solar inverter, and sealed maintenance-free batteries. Visit us today at Jasogwe Global Network, 59 Akbakbaba Road, Benin City, Nigeria, or call us on 0803-8624-858 or log on to www.jasogwe.com. Jasogwe, value for money.
right, so welcome back. And in case you're just tuning in, it's Sports Fiesta Live on 2.7 KFM down here in Benin City. Okay, let's go abroad and let's talk about this player, Marcus Rashford, because he's getting warmed up for the big match against Liverpool at Anfield on Sunday. And right now they are top of the table, and they are also looking forward to raising the trophy at the end of the season. But would they be able to beat Liverpool or consolidate on their victory last time, or their top spot? Will definitely wait and see how that will pan out. But he has said that it was Jose Mourinho, who is now at Tottenham Hotspur, that taught him how to be more savvy in the penalty area. Yes, he said you have to earn it. You have to ensure that you get the penalties, awarded to you if you are playing and you are running behind the striker and all that. So he has become one of their penalty takers, and he has scored so many penalties. But he said it was when Jose came that Jose really spoke to him, gave him advice on how to really play very well when it comes to the 18-yard box, and that is the reason. And this comes following the debates from Jurgen Klopp about the penalties awarded to his team and that of Manchester United.
Well, I like people who are honest, but maybe the timing is wrong, knowing that they are playing against Liverpool this weekend, and knowing that Manchester United, there have been so much talk about the disparity in the number of penalties that have been awarded to them last season till now. Please, before people start taking me to 1904, I'm talking about the last 2 seasons. Manchester United have earned more penalties than other clubs. Basically, what Marcus Rashford is saying is that Jose Mourinho taught him to dive. That's the interpretation of.
No, that's not what he said. Though. He's not saying.
He said he taught him to be more cunning, that if you go this way, you are not going to get a penalty. And how do strikers not get penalties? You are the way you commit a player. So of course it's not going to come out and say, okay, he taught me this how to run behind the defender, and this how you leave your leg hanging there so that the player get to make contact with you. We know so many footballers that are very smart. You see clearly that they have been fouled, but they draw the foul. Somebody like Kanu Nwankwo, for instance. Kanu Nwankwo is a professor when it comes to getting penalties. He is very, very good. He will commit you to foul him, and you will get the penalty. But if he comes to tell you that it's one coach that taught him that before he wasn't getting penalties, and then then you just say, oh, okay, maybe the coach taught you how to dive. But I think he meant it positively. But maybe because of the timing, this match coming up against their biggest rivals, Liverpool, and he's now bringing this out, knowing what has been said over time concerning Manchester United. And I'm wondering, okay, why has Jose Mourinho not taught Harry Kane and Heung-min Son how to be more savvy and how they get. Well, Tottenham also get penalty, but nobody gets. Last couple of seasons, last couple of months, nobody has got more penalties than Manchester United, and it's interesting that he's coming to say this now. But I think it goes to show how good a coach Jose Mourinho is, because sometimes you need to tell your players to do certain things. You need to tell them how to put pressure. It might be seen as being ruthless or not playing with the spirit of fair play. But if you are a very good coach and you see, for instance, that a player of your position, one of the players, maybe a defender, a central defender, he is, I think what you attempt to do is to try and commit that person very early in the game, ensure that the person gets a yellow card. So maybe you dribble past the person, you put your fastest player or your most skillful dribbler on that person, isolate him, take him on, and you beat him, and the person is forced to pull your shirt or bring you down. He gets a yellow card. And once that person gets a yellow card, he'll be scared to make another clumsy tackle so that he doesn't get a red card. And in that case, you put your strikers on that player, telling him he's on a yellow card. go for him. He will not be able to tackle you that way. So coaches that are smart, they know all of this. So I think that's basically what Marcus Rashford is saying, that Jose Mourinho taught them to be more savvy. And when he started playing the way Mourinho told him, he started getting more penalties than he was getting before. So it means that there were things he was doing, running into the 18-yard box, and he will not get a penalty. But Mourinho spoke to him and told him certain things. And look, you've got to apply some finesse to this thing. Otherwise, no referee is going to give you a penalty. And well, Jose Mourinho is one of the most experienced coaches in the world. He's seen it all. He's been to different countries. So when he tells you something and you follow it, you are most likely to reap the dividends, which is what Marcus Rashford has been able to do. But I am a bit concerned at the timing of the release of this statement, knowing that they are playing against Liverpool on Sunday, and knowing what has been said. Mark Clattenburg criticized Jurgen Klopp. He criticized him. He said he should keep quiet. He should not be talking about the Manchester United getting penalties, other clubs getting penalties. That he has got players too that are capable of causing trouble in the 18-yard box of the opposition, and they can also be getting penalties. So why is it that? Because he's got a terrific front three. He's got pound for pound, the Liverpool top three will match any in the world.
So
they are that good. Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and Roberto Firmino. These three guys, when they come at you, they can come at you and you get penalties. So if you are complaining that you are not getting penalties, then maybe you should also talk to your players to become a bit more savvy, as Marcus Rashford is saying right now.
Okay, let's see what happened on Sunday, as we have the Battle of Reds right there at Anfield. Okay, now let's talk about transfer. This guy, well, it's 10 years now, 8 loans, 3 senior first team appearances, but it seems he's wondering. It's over right now, having put pen to paper on 4-year D for Portuguese side Sporting Braga. Yeah, Braga, they are not bad at all. They are doing very well at the moment. They are not far from the top 6. So Lucas Piazon leaving Chelsea after at last. I think this is really great, because we understand Chelsea, they've got so many players out on loan, but so many have failed to get a starting shirt. Some have not even played a competitive game for Chelsea after moving from one club to the other. But for him, I think I'm happy for him, because he can now play football as a permanent signing, not on loan from here one place to the other. He's 26 right now, but I think this is the time to get the best out of Lucas Piazon, because he's a fantastic striker.
He's at the peak of his career, the peak of his physical abilities. So let's hope that he can still go out and play. Chelsea is notorious for not, giving youth the opportunity. So, and maybe that's one good thing, that you look at Frank Lampard and you feel, okay, he's done well. You've got so many of the academy players now breaking through and doing well. But in the past, it was notoriously difficult for youngsters to break into the Chelsea first team. Lucas Piazon was their young player of the season a couple of years back. But unfortunately, he found the going really, really tough at in the senior team. Played a couple of games for them, but it just did not work out, and they've been sending him out on loan. And now, of course, this guy is 26 years old. He should be at the top of his career. So they feel, okay, this is the best way for him now. It's now time for him to leave. So I wish him well. I hope he excels at his new club.
All right, still talking transfer. Onuachu, the reigning the best striker right now in Europe, is the hottest striker at the moment. 19 games, 19 goals, and we hear is about to be snapped up by Olympique Lyon. Lyon, they are the ones topping the league right now, the French Ligue 1. They want to battle with Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain in order for them to take the title. So therefore, this is the time to get Onuachu, who is really hot at the moment, so he could pair with Islam Slimani, because Slimani has finalized his deal following the departure of Ousmane Dembele to Atletico Madrid. So I think they are looking forward to having 2 Africans who can put their heads together and see how they can fight for the the Ligue 1 title. But what we are hearing is about 26 million euros for a 5-year deal. Don't you think that's so small for someone like Onuachu? Though it's just hitting.
Playing in Belgium. It's playing in Belgium. That's we've got to consider that. Well, I hope he does well. If I could advise him, I would have said wait till the end of the season. Recall that was how Osimhen, when he was to leave Charleroi.
Okay, Charleroi, yeah.
Yeah, we're like, okay, stay here a bit, ensure that you establish yourself before moving on to Lille. And we saw that when he went there, it was fantastic for him before eventually the big clubs knocking around and eventually joined Napoli. So I would have told Paul Onuachu, yeah, you are in red hot form right now in a league. Stay there till the end of the season.
It could end up, yeah.
If you join, because from what we hear, it's going to be in the next 2 days. The deal will be completed in the next 2 days. He will be joining Lyon. I think Fabrizio Romano has also tweeted something about that. So I would have advised him, in order not to disrupt your flow. It's difficult if you do not have a pre-season with your new club. So joining mid-season could be very difficult. Look at Chelsea, for example. The players that joined, because they didn't have pre-season, some of the problems that they are facing right now, you feel it's if they had had the pre-season, if they had stayed a bit with their former clubs, and or they've been able to train for some time with their new club, things will have really taken shape. But I believe that by next season you see that those guys that are not doing very well right now in Chelsea, the Germans, they would improve. So I would have advised Paul Onuachu to wait till the end of the season. Of course, because he has done so well, you see clearly that he's now bigger than Genk, so he needs to move. But why don't you wait till the end of the season? You are leaving. Well, Belgium and France is not that far. Yeah, but I don't know whether he will not. I know that the English Premier League is notoriously the most difficult for players to adapt to. So maybe I hope he doesn't have any problem adapting from the Belgian to the French league. But if I had the opportunity of advising, I would have said stay till the end of the season so that you even get to play pre-season. The season that is not, you don't have that much pressure. Well, maybe he's even lucky now that
he's in
form. The fans are not really there at the stadium. You don't have full capacity stadium with the fans, where they will put so much pressure on you and they will be angry that you are not scoring goals and all of that. So maybe he's looking at that. But otherwise, I would have said go join them at the beginning of the season so you can have a pre-season, you bond well with your teammates and everything. If you go now and because you do not have that much understanding with your new teammates, and so you are not performing as excellently as you were doing in the Belgian league, they will call you a fluke. They will say you are a fraud and all of that. So, but I wish him good luck. I hope he succeeds in Lyon.
Well, I also hope that the manager will be able to use him very well, just as he is being used at Genk right now, because they are second. And like you rightly said, if he stayed back to the end of the season, they could overtake Club Brugge to be champions. And then their recent awards that they had in Belgium, he finished third, and so he did very well. But his performances have, soared his value. So that's the reason why Lyon wants to catch him up. I think it could be a nice one, because the same thing happened for Osimhen from Charleroi to Lille and now to Napoli. So we wish the gangly striker all the best as he's about to make this big move in his career. Okay, we've got to that gossip that we did not take in the morning. Let's quickly just give you some of them.
Before you take gossip, this one is not gossip. Let's look at that one first.
Okay.
Wayne Rooney has retired from football.
Wow.
It's now official. He has been confirmed. He's been given a 2.5-year deal at Derby County. He said before that if he's sure of taking over at Derby, then he would stop playing. And now he has announced that he has stopped playing. At one point, John Terry was linked with this job, but Wayne Rooney stayed, was player manager at Derby. But now, the moment that they give him the job as the permanent manager, he has now decided to retire. He said, let me quote him, "When I first arrived back in the United Kingdom, I was completely blown away by the potential of Derby County football. The stadium, training ground, the quality of the playing staff, and the young players coming through, and of course, the fan base that has remained loyal and supportive. Despite other offers, I knew instinctively Derby County was the place for me. To be given the opportunity to follow the likes of Brian Clough, Jim Smith, Frank Lampard, and Philip Cocu is such an honor, and I can promise everyone involved in the club and all our fans, my staff, and I will leave no stone unturned in achieving the potential I have witnessed over the 12 months of this historic football club." So good luck to Rooney,
full-time manager,
Nigeria. Really still young, because he can still play. Still very young. I recall how time flies. 2004 in the Euros in Portugal. That was when Wayne Rooney first burst onto the international scene. He was terrific in that competition, but unfortunately got injured. It was against Portugal. I think it was Andrade that stepped on him, and they said it was a metatarsal injury, and it took a long while. And that's when Manchester United now bought him. So it took him some time before he even featured for Manchester United. But in his very first game, he scored a hat-trick in the Champions League. It was there against Fenerbahce now. So, and he has gone on to achieve immortality. Right now, he is the highest goal scorer in the history of Manchester United, the biggest club in England. He is the highest goal scorer in the history of the Three Lions of England, the national team. And when you consider the quality of the players who have featured for both the English national team and Manchester United, and you realize that Wayne Rooney is the best of all of them when it comes to scoring goals, it makes you really appreciate his talent. Apart from goal scoring, you know how much of a brute force Wayne Rooney was. He was skillful. Of course, you never forget that acrobatic goal against Manchester City. Wayne Rooney, out of this world, is just a fantastic what he's been able to do. He has won everything in club football, won the Champions League, won the Premier League, of course. He's just a born winner. So I hope that he succeeds at managerial capacity at Manchester, at Derby County. And again, it's to the credit of the greatest manager in the modern era, Sir Alex Ferguson. Another of his products now going into full-time coaching. There are so many of them in the Premier League all over, people that were mentored by Sir Alex Ferguson, and you just feel that maybe if they are not under Sir Alex, perhaps they will not be
able to
interested in coaching. Yeah, but seeing how he managed affairs, perhaps that enable them to take this decision to step into coaching.
We hope they will be successful as Alex was, because we've seen some of them who are still struggling. As one of them is Steve Bruce. He hasn't won anything as a manager.
Even the current manager at Manchester United.
only was his product. So we wish them the best. Okay, PSG, they have met Tottenham England midfielder Dele Alli, their top target this month, and are hopeful of a loan deal. But the sports chairman Daniel Levy is ready to block any deal for Ali as so as not to leave the squad short during the second half of the season. Well, you want to stop somebody, then you have not been using that person. I don't understand what's going on there. For Tottenham Hotspur, they are unlikely to extend 31-year-old waist forward Gareth Bale's loan deal from Real Madrid for the 2021-2022 season. Then for Manchester City's Spain defender Eric Garcia, is 20, is set to sign a 5-year contract with Barcelona. He's really young, talented player. Then West Ham United want a striker and have targeted Reims Bolidia with the 24-year-old Senegal international available for £15 million. Okay, these are some of the gossip that we have to take on the show this evening. All right, time for you to be part of the program.
Before we go, George Foreman.
Okay, George Foreman, COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah, of course. George Foreman is a retired two-time world heavyweight boxing champion. We hail Muhammad Ali being the first man to win it 3 times. Not as I don't think there's even another boxer that has won the heavyweight title 3 times. But George Foreman lost the title in 1974, and then many years later, 20 years later, knocked out Michael Mora to regain the world heavyweight title. So he is a legend, of course. If you watch his fight with Joe Frazier, twice he fought Joe Frazier, and Joe Frazier was absolutely no match. Fought against Ken Norton. Ken Norton was no match. Fought against so many people, Ron Line, and so if you followed professional boxing in the 60s and the 70s, then you know the vicious, awesome punching power of George Foreman. So for him to come out against COVID, well, I don't think COVID has much of a chance. Well, he's teaming up with UT Health to outline facts about the COVID-19 doses, and it was administered on him on Thursday afternoon at an event. Now, this is teaming up with UT Health because there was a report from the Episcopal Health Foundation which has outlined the disparity in healthcare access in blacks and Hispanic community, those of Spanish origin, you know, and according to a statement from UT Health, it shows that blacks and Hispanic or other minority ethnic groups, they are disproportionately affected, and even there is disparity in the deaths, the number of blacks and Hispanic people who die compared to the Caucasians, the white people. You have more of the blacks and Hispanic people getting infected, one, with COVID, and two, the rate of survival is higher among the Caucasians than it is in the black community, and that's because of healthcare not, you know, being as top-notch as it is in this other community. So George Foreman is coming out, one, to help people, especially those who are thinking, oh, the vaccine is a scam and all that. They want to put something in your system and so all these myths against it. So he's coming out to say no. You can say me take it. George Foreman is 72 years old, and of course he is in the very vulnerable category of people that COVID affects. So he's coming out swinging. Let's hear him speak as he was administered the vaccine.
I told her I would relax when you get ready to give the shot. Was that Joe? Oh, I don't mind. I'm not afraid of a shot. Now, you would think now I've been in the ring with Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, you named them. But that shot looked bigger than all of them. Oh, wow. Thank you. Now, if you have any questions for me, if Mary is done, I'd be happy to answer. You get a Band-Aid? I don't know when. Okay.
Mike, what's the scariest shot you've ever taken?
The scariest shot I ever took was in Africa in 1974. Muhammad Ali threw a straight right in. That shot got me. Ever since then, I've been able to deal with all the shots.
So this is no big deal, right?
This is no big deal. As a matter of fact, it's the most welcoming shot I've had in my lifetime. Because as you know, with the polio vaccine, we had the sugar. But this is the real shot, and I'm proud of it. I'm happy.
All right, that was Joe Frazier. George Foreman. You know, he said he took on Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, and all of them, you know, when he was fighting. And he was a fantastic fighter.
Yeah, some people are scared of taking the vaccine. So that's why he was asked, what is the scariest shot you ever took? And he said, of course, the scariest shot was in 1974 when Muhammad Ali knocked him out. He saw the right coming, and that knocked him out. So this one is nothing compared to what he has faced. And since then, since he was knocked out by Muhammad Ali, he had fought 40 times and won 40 fights, 37 by knockouts before he fought against Muhammad Ali. So that was his the first loss of his career. And he said since that time, he, has been able to face whatever shots life threw at him. And as I said, after so many years, he came out of retirement and was able to reclaim the world heavyweight title. So he's doing this to show people, one, that don't be scared about taking the vaccine, and then two, to help draw awareness, help create awareness, help draw attention to the fact that there is a disparity when it comes to healthcare access between blacks and Hispanics and the white communities in the United States of America.
All right, so for those of you who are scared, time for you to get vaccinated. If you have the opportunity, you can't take it because it's not.
We don't even know when we'll get the vaccine.
Over here.
I'm trying to bring it to you. I will be first in line to take it.
All right, guys, join us 070-6263-9275, 090-3939-4427, and 081-2178-9151. The SMS line 080-7400-9076. Hello.
Hello, I'm Jose Mourinho.
Jose, good evening. Great to have you.
Greetings from Jaroy. Greetings to Ibrahim. First of all, I want to say Leon is trying to do what Lee did with the cement. They want to make business like it favored Lee. They want to take the same gamble because they know if Paul comes to Leon in any way, pre-season or not, he will bulldoze his way and he will try to repeat the form that made him come to France, and he will be sold to Madrid or Barcelona for 80 million instead of 26 or 20 million. So it's a business thing, and it could be to the advantage of every party because what counts is the goals. It doesn't count if you are in pre-season or not. Sometimes it backfires, like somebody said there. If you don't participate in the pre-season, it's very difficult, I know. But sometimes some players flow with every stream, there are some fishes, they can survive in every water. So Leon is trying to do what Lee did. So they are trying to make business because French League, Belgium League, they are not so financially robust, apart from Paris Saint-Germain, even the Lyon and Marseille. Apart from that, they are not a financial big risk there. So I think Paul Nacho also has to watch it. So it could be a win-win. So he will not stay in Lyon for so long if he goes. Because French League and Belgium League, they are not so far geographically, and also the difference is not so much. I know Belgium League is not in the top 5, but Belgium and France is a control. Like there's a train station. In about 1 hour 20 minutes, you'll be in Belgium, and also you'll be in France. So I think it's a business thing, and it could backfire, and it could come out well. So for Nacho, maybe it could wait. It could wait. Or it could take the risk. Who knows? Life is a risk. So that is it. It's a game. There are agents doing these things, advising these things.
Okay, thank you, Jose.
Also, I want to speak about Turkey. We should forget about top 4 from the way we are going. I see Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester United, maybe Arsenal in the top 4. Chelsea is not ready. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Hello.
Hello, good evening,
Dan Jesse, good evening.
Good evening. I just saw your bro.
Good evening.
Go ahead, we can hear you. Hello? Go ahead now, we can hear you. I think we'll try and call us again because we are not struggling. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Go down on the line.
Okay, Michael, go down the line. Where are you coming from?
Good evening to all of you. I want to comment on 2 issues.
Okay.
One, concerning Mourinho teaching Rashford how to get penalty. Though your man said it there, I mean, we're just trying to be funny. That maybe we're teaching Rashford how to dive. And later he was just trying to make it do. But then, I'm happy because I'm not a fan of us. I'm not a fan of Mourinho. But the way the Rashford said it, I think that is positive on the side of Rashford or Mourinho because players are not the same because he was trying to ask why have you not taught other players with Tottenham how to get penalty because he has seen the quality in Rashford, the way he plays, it's the style of his play, especially like his style is like that of Kanu. He was playing. Before you even touch him, the referee might be even tempted to give him penalty because of the style of play. So the style of play different. He might not be able to teach those other player in Tottenham how to get penalty. So but for that point, he knows his style of play. That's why he told him, don't exert yourself. This is what you do when you get to the penalty act, then you will get penalty. Okay. So for that, then it comes to Onachu.
Quickly, let others talk. Just be fast about it, please.
Okay, the Onachu issue, I'm happy that he led. The only thing I'm not happy about is that why is it that our coach has not been able to use him? I think you should try to discuss that one because the player is very, very good, just like Rashid Yekini. The only thing that is different is that the strength and the power of Rashid Yekini. All the other thing is like Rashid. So why is it that the coach has not been able to use it well?
That's the question for Nigerian coaches. Thank you. Hello.
So then we'll even discuss it.
Hello.
Hello.
Danjuma.
Good from Mark.
Good evening.
Brian, good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
Yeah, for Paul or not, you know, for job we did for Belgium, they don't really do well, but that's what we call the final for France. I would say na good business, now they want to use that too because scoring 19 goals out of 19 matches a very good statistic for a player. But we wonder why they replicate that for Nigeria Super Eagles and these are for France. But I would say it would be a good move for us. So at the end of the day, they will enjoy the French league. So Zinedine Zidane at Real Madrid, what did they call you yesterday? Because at the expected they go win that match, they will go beat Barcelona for final. They called your losers match like that. So I wish they did best. I do.
Okay, thank you, Danjuma. We'll take this and we'll look at the SMS. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Better. Go ahead.
Okay. I said let me start with
Hello?
As he goes into coaching, I think I wish him all the best. And I think he's going to make a good coach. Not because he's a good player. He's going to make a good coach. I wish him all the best. And as for going forward, Paul Onacho, I think I will also advise him to wait till the end of the season before he could move to Lyon. But if he still insists on more in this January, I wish him all the best. He's going to play with the team. Thank you.
Okay, let's look at SMS and see how many we can.
Let's see. Put them here. So we're taking some time for books. This one says, the men of sports, please. Is Arsenal not signing anyone? Uzo from Igoma Hill. And they sign on now. We don't have any news here. Good evening, sportsman. Hazard was one of the best players in the EPL. Then, while he's been a flop in the La Liga now, Fernandes that came from the Portuguese league is steering the EPL up. It depends on the particular player's ability to adapt to the team and how they play. The pace and physicality of the EPL is such a false image used by the English media to cover the lack of technical football players there. Matt from Saturday. Matt, I disagree. Look, we have seen it, but we have also seen some players who have come in and they've just done well in the English Premier League. They hit the ground running. Of course, nobody said when they say one league is very, very difficult for people to adapt to. It's not. They are not saying every player that comes there must struggle. But when you have most of the players who come in there having to take some time to adapt, come on. You cannot fault what they are saying, and all this talk about is just hype. There are technically gifted players in the English.
I remember Mateja Kezma when he joined Chelsea from was it PSV Eindhoven and then Deutschland.
Yeah, but
before joining Chelsea he was on fire, but he struggled.
He and what's the other guy? Robben came and completely tore the English Premier League apart.
While Kesman was struggled. Yeah.
Didier Drogba, that is a legend in the English Premier League, struggled the first couple of seasons. Yeah, not really because of his inability to play well.
Yeah.
He suffered injuries, suffered from, I think, a stomach bug at one point that kept him out for some time. But it was really in the third season that Didier Drogba started bossing the English Premier League. So that league is difficult. We know that some players have come there and they have done very, very well. Good evening, sports gods. Wish the Golden Eaglets good luck. Pray they beat Burkina Faso and just beat them. Play good football. Show yourself and enjoy your game. Rashford shouldn't have said what he said. Now he should have said it another time. Jurgen Klopp and his players are going to capitalize on that, but let the best team win on Sunday. Elvis from Lucky Way. Okay. Well done, men of sports. Is Charlie Musonda now in Chelsea's first team? Ike from Uselu. What I can tell you is that Charlie Musonda is in Chelsea. He is recuperating from injury and he's doing well, but he's not in the Chelsea first team just yet, but he is in the Chelsea setup. I think Paul should leave Genk to give room to Cyril Dessers. French league is not too different from Belgian league. Felix, okay, that's another way of looking at it. Oga Ibra, Capital One Cup between Man U versus Man City. You gave it to Man City. So what is your prediction between Liverpool and Manchester United? Greatness. Okay, you meant the League Cup game, the Carabao Cup. But I really give it to Man City. I just said, look, Man City are in very good form. So I will not be surprised if they beat Manchester United, which was exactly what happened. I'm not going to predict that who will win between Manchester United and Liverpool, please. Good day, guys. Where is Oscar, the former Chelsea number 8, after Frank Lampard?
It's in China. Plays for SIPG or so. Yeah.
That says, good day. They badun your program. Please, how many penalty Man U play? Oh, you mean how many penalties Man U played this season? And how many for Liverpool? Which team played penalty most this season from top man? I think this season, I did not say this season, I was talking about from last season to now. But I think before this season, I think it's
Manchester United.
No, I think Liverpool has
more penalties.
No, but Manchester United is not the team with the most penalties this season. I think there are a couple of teams that are ahead of them on penalties. Good evening, sports generals. Please, what is? Please stop. Will you stop calling them Inequins?
Edo Queens.
No, I'm not.
At some point they had Inequins, but that is no longer existing. Yeah, it's Edo Queens.
Using it and say it's not. I don't know. I don't know which position Inequins are. I don't know.
Are they still playing? Are they still existing? It was owned by Chief Ine, but I don't think they're still existing.
What I know is that if you ask me about Inequins, we'll be able to tell you. I don't know if Inequins. Those are the messages. And for penalties, I think. Is it Leicester? I think it's Leicester that has the most penalties this.
All right, let's take more calls before we leave. Hello. Wow. All right, you can still reach us, get 1 or 2 calls, then call it a wrap on the show this evening. All right, the lucky caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Demudia.
Well, thank you very much. Okay. Well, let me quickly advance now to back in Jen, because if he comes over to Lyon now, I really don't know whether he will be able to maintain that form. But all the same, if he chooses to, no problem, but he has to be very careful. Go to England tonight, or this evening, I think they just have to fasten their own, because we need, from what you have just analyzed,
It's like we still need that victory very, very well. It's very fundamental. And I think we're able to get the better side of the Burkina Faso. It's a very good appointment for Rooney. I think he has to start his managerial career there. I think he will do well. Fernandez winning the player of the month, I think he deserves it. He has been very fantastic to the truth. And he's a very phenomenal player. And again, looking at Imaka Sabo, I think giving him 3 matches of ultimatum is even over. It's a card of favor. He knows also. I know he's a very good speaker anyway, but then he has to win game. That's just the truth. No club wants to be losing consistently and be happy with any coach. Chelsea should be very careful of the formation and selection. That's where Napa is getting in wrong. And what happened to Hazard? He should better return to Chelsea because what I saw here yesterday is so disappointing. And even the boss had even started attacking him. I don't like what is going on there. So thank you very much. I do have a blessed evening.
All right, and you too. Thank you very much. This is the much you can take. Many thanks to you guys for being part of the show, and many thanks to my strike partner Salih Ibrahim for being with me on the show this evening. My name is Ewusa Wekan, the Sports Maestro, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 3:30, and we'll give you 3 hours non-stop of football entertainment. Okay, not just football, all sports entertainment. All right, I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye.